Welcome to the channel, A31 Avo. Check what arrived today. The seed haul. 1,000 seeds of Agave KARWINSKII. Agave KARWINSKII. Maguey MADRECUIXE. Maguey BICUIXE. Maguey BICUIXE. Or Maguey Tobasiche. Fausto Bautista, aquí voy, Tijuana, aquí andamos con los magueyes. Este es el KARWINSKII. KARWINSKII de la región Oaxaca y Puebla. La tengo en semilla. When I get in something, I need to play with it. Play with it and just figure it out. And then I'm just throwing everything at los cerros right here, las sierras aquí in Santa Cruz Mountains, and see what sticks. Es semilla, sí, correcto. KARWINSKII. Let me show you KARWINSKII. So KARWINSKIIs, I want them for the living wall project, and I want the posts. I want the fence posts, and you can already right here. You can already see la piña starting to climb. Look, you see? So these are gonna be like fence posts. I have 5 of them. I'm gonna hit them with all of them. Okay, and then I'm gonna clean them up for a bit. But yeah, look, I labeled them K. Again, this is a special thanks to California agave growers, Stuart, Rich, Jack, and Haley. Thank you so much. Y los voy a limpiar tantitos. I'm gonna clean them up. Disinfect your tools, all right? Disinfect your tools. I overdo it. I just did it, bro. I just did it, but I'll do it again. Okay, rubbing alcohol. Okay, and then just something like that. Clean it off. Something like this. Try to peel. If it's low, peel it. Get rid of the disease. Okay. Y supuestamente, bro, if you touch that, te enguishas. But I like that. I like it. Mira, y también la sierra. Truchas con las sierras, ¿eh? Mira, al toque, boom, de volada. Tomaso, any pitayas in your plants? Yeah, bro. Pero I'm taking them ¿cómo se dice? I'm taking cuttings, and so they won't give me cuttings until March, till it starts raining. Navarro's Nursery in Castroville, bro. Navarro's Nursery. But yeah, I'm gonna be throwing some Mexican pitayas. Mexican pitayas. So esquejes, and like cuttings of beef. Yeah, but I will be having Mexican pitaya, not dragon fruit. Not dragon fruit. Josh and Blaze said hi. Josh and Blaze. Hi, what's up? Let me know where you grow, Josh. But yeah, right here, Northern Central Coast, 831, Santa Cruz, Salinas, Watsonville. I'm strong with the agaves. Well, not with the agaves, but I started with the avocados, mangoes, plua, apriums, the stone fruit, anything deciduous, super easy to graft, super forgiving. If it's deciduous, it's pretty, my graft success is well, like 98%, well over 90. I'm not gonna fail is what I'm saying. And then to my knowledge is the agaves. With the agaves, I'm firescaping in the Santa Cruz Mountains. You want to line up your whole rancho. Your whole ranch, you want to line it up with the perimeter of agaves, nopales, and garambullos. Garambullos, and again, the Mexican pitaya. Just line up your rancho, and if the fire comes, you should be all right. Okay. Firescaping and then slope retention. There's some really gnarly slopes on the mountains, and I could see that their house is gonna slip. A lot of houses are gonna slip if they don't do something about it. All right, hold on. 2 hands. The smell, bro, the smell is algo único. Like for those who have smell-o-vision, so you get that waft. Pero si todo esto me va a arder. It's gonna be like como a tingly, hot sensation. Okay. But the smell, if I have to, again, now I can identify it's uniquely agave, but if I have to kind of like describe it, like latex paint with like pine. Latex paint with pine, almost chemically like, but I don't know. It's like now I can like now I know it's uniquely agave, but it smells kind of unique, kind of, I don't know, I like it. This one. So I think that one's better right there. And then a little bit of the root training. These are pups, either. But we kind of hacked them. So let's just pull that. Whoa. Ya está ya. This other pup. They're missing the core, so I don't think that they're gonna pop out. Let's just reset. Yeah, try now for the pitaya. I already confirmed. Navarro's Nursery and Castroville has them, and then his son too. His son is gonna be King's Garden, and I've showed King's Garden here before. I don't think I featured Navarro's, but I've gone out to Castroville. Again, the agave nurseries are in the Castroville Elkhorn Slough area. Go check them out. And then now just a little bit of root training. I think ideally you probably cut no roots, but I don't feel too comfortable with that, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then this one's injured, so this one has to go too. That's a good banca right there. This one right here, about the size of my palm, I would describe this as maybe tamaño manzana or naranja. The size of the core of the piña, and that's how it goes, because I've already talked to them. Right now that the agaves went to 0. I already, like this in Mexico, I could get this for 50 cents. But right here, I paid $12. But I've already spoken to the producers in Puebla y Oaxaca. But again, I'm already looking to score some because I'm going to plug them in Guanajuato. Working on my dual citizen, y pues allá voy a andar. Okay? So yeah, I already tracked where these are in Mexico. And that one was injured, but it healed, so we're gonna leave it. All right, looking way better. This one, the terminal spine. Yeah. Okay. Another KARWINSKII right here. About the same size. Again, clean them up. Agave KARWINSKII, go to Bevmo. You'll see them right there. You'll see them again as MADRECUIXE, BICUIXE, BARRIL, también BARRIL. When the mezcal bottle says BARRIL, that's KARWINSKII. And then a subspecies of KARWINSKII is gonna be the Tobasiche. That's all. That's another KARWINSKII. But what do I have right here? I don't know. And then again, if you do need to put on gloves, it should be the green thumb one. I designed these. I'm gonna be plugging in my designs more this year. Stay tuned. But look, all beat. So I need to clone these and do them again. Both of them. Green thumb. And then I'm gonna do like a like a silvery blue agave one. I'm gonna go back down to León and redo these. Saludos a León, Guanajuato. Yo Robustino, ya sabes. Alright. Pero yo soy de sin guantes, bro. Como los machos. Me aguanto. And then I think this is just going to train it to go up even more. And then also if you're looking someone to prune and remove pups, a la orden, ya saben. I'm always adding to my skill set, so now I could comfortably say I could prune, and not ideally, they supposedly you're not supposed to, but I would. And that's good. Root train. And there. Better, I feel. And like take a look at the rosette. You will grow me. So pretty cool. All right, 2. And then another one, I asked on los espadines. Check it out. This is Angustifolia Espadín. All right, but we'll get to these later. Those are a little bit more of an experiment. They've been out. They gave them to me. These I bought, but those I know I can make them work. Again, I might be regretting this later, but I just need to know how it feels. I need to see things through for myself. I'm always testing and pushing my limits. Okay, if you haven't failed, you're not even trying. That's what AI Denzel says. AI Denzel. No, this is not good. Don't grab las sierras, bro. And this one doesn't want to give it up, so I'm just going to leave it. Yeah, these ones are healthy. But now I see some disease, so that needs to come out. Ideally. That one. That one. Y ya nomás esta. No, ni esta. No. Ya está ya. Root train. So I don't know, I like to touch it. I feel like I'm reconnecting with like 1,000 years of history right here. Like a former version of me. An ancestor of me has been touching these for thousands of years. My great-great-grandpa, I don't know, my cousins. My dad's from Jalisco. My abuelo's from Jalisco. Both of my abuelos are from Jalisco. Saludos a Tecuitatlán de Corona, Jalisco y San Juan de los Lagos, Jalisco. Ok, yo soy mitad jalisciense, pero más apegado al lado de mi jefita, so we go Guanajuato. But I've been to los ranchos de Jalisco. Saludos a Jalisco. Nos vemos pronto. Nos vemos pronto. Y uno como en las fiestas de los ranchos, está en los jaripeos, está el que rifa las sillas exóticas. Pues yo quiero rifar acordeones, bro. Yo me quiero ir como like a traveling salesman, bro, en México. Y ir a todas las fiestas y me llevo los acordeones. Ya ves que I can get the accordions. Me quiero llevar los acordeones y rifarlos en los jaripeos. Do you know what I'm talking about? When you go to el jaripeo y el guy would basically sell a deck of cards. And that was the raffle. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. Pero yeah, I want to go to México en todas las fiestas y rifar acordeones, bro. Rifar acordeones porque están algo cariñosos, bro. But if you know me, I like to bless people, bro. I like to hook people up. It's like one of my greatest highs, bro. Cuando alguien no se lo espera que le vas a dar algo, bro, and you just give it to them, boom, you've just been touched, bro. It's like, all right. This one's a good one. Y ya, bro. Y ya. Está un poquito coloradito, bro. No sé a qué se deba, but there's no pencas right there, and I'm not gonna cut, so let's just leave it, and I'm gonna watch it. These will be in gopher baskets because I really want to protect them. This one, yeah, tamaño manzana too. And you can see it's already starting to climb. It's better from afar. You just see that it's starting to climb. So once again, KARWINSKII, BARRIL, MADRECUIXE, BICUIXE, CUIXE, or another sub variety is gonna be Tobasiche. I don't know what I have. And I'm hoping that I have different varieties between the hijuelos, the pups, and the seeds. And then sometimes, again, it's the same thing, but just depending on the region, it goes by a different name. Again, KARWINSKII. All right. Again, disinfect porque ya voy a empezar con esos. And then stay tuned for a long format video. I'm going to tell you the ranchos where I plug these in. And then also show a little bit footage of the fields in Huron, California. Fresno County. California agave growers. Pretty cool stuff. Y las manos también, because you saw me, I was pulling them. All right, let's start with the, and let's check it out. Espadín. These are Espadín via eBay. Okay, at first when I don't find it, I go on the internet, but then I have to find and track the local nurseries. And then I need to see it for myself. Mira, this has a lot of rot, but we'll see. They might be bad. We'll see. We'll see. That's clearing up. I think I'm gonna have to cut right there, bro. Cut right there. Con un machete. Comment down below, bro, your favorite drink. Are you more tequila or mezcal? I have Tobalá. I have Portotorum también. Let me show Portotorum real quick. El Portotorum, they're gonna be shorter. Blue Weber, Espadín are gonna be the tall, long blade ones. And let me just show you Tobalá, Portotorum, Agave Portotorum. Mira, más chiquito, chato. Okay, también I'll get to these. Look. All right. So ya sé, so a lot of people are doing something different. They want to distinguish themselves from the growers down south. I'm not. I'm doing the exact same thing if the varieties allow me. If the genetic allows me, I'll keep it true. Now, are they gonna get upset down there? I'm not sure. This one's injured all the way down, so let's just pull it. There. We'll see. I might need to cut this and refresh the cut. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh it right there. Esta la piña es tamaño limón. They're just lining them up. See how they're getting a little bit bigger. Let me show you that biggest one. That's like tamaño. If it was hydrated, maybe tamaño piña. Because, like, look, it's 2 hands. But now that I'm gonna take it, we'll see. It's probably gonna go down to like tamaño manzana. Starting to get yucky. ASMR. Agave ASMR. When you start making pulque from your maguey, let me know. Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to Mexico and I'm gonna learn. I mean, you can learn everything through YouTube. All right, so there's really no excuse. But I want to keep, you know, I need to. So I do both. I have watch videos, I read, I study multiple sources, but then you actually then need to make that connection and find a mentor. I'm big on mentors. Pulque, so mira, pencas para los birrieros. We're gonna have pencas to line up your underground aves. Y ya me empieza a arder la mano. All right. Pencas, mixtiote. Let's see if the mixtiote, if I could pull the mixtiote. That's the mixtiote, the film. And some of them are not gonna have it. Like, look, I don't think this one has it. Maybe because it's too dehydrated. But supposedly el mixtiote is that waxy film. Nah, y este no lo va a soltar. Hold on. No, maybe not all varieties have mixtiote. I don't know. Comment down below. Anyways, I have pulled it, but not from this variety. Maybe because it's too dehydrated. But yeah, el mixtiote is just like this little film, this little waxy film that you could roll up, little dumplings. Little dumplings, y creo que they make them in a caldo. Espinas, eh? You're gonna get espinas. But yeah, pulque is the next thing, bro. You know how there's a bunch of breweries? Pulque is the next thing. Like, if you want to look towards the future of the United States, you need to look towards Mexico. Like, just look how everything starts in Mexico and makes its way up here. Como everything. All the restaurants, all the cultures, they basically start in central Mexico. They make it to Tijuana. If they succeed in Tijuana, then they'll jump over to San Diego, Los Angeles, and then it spreads everywhere. Like, what do I mean? Like, remember los quesabirria? Antes no había quesabirria. And then also I would see back then in the 90s, I would see like basically it was like Mexico is like a test market for anything that we're gonna launch here in the United States. But well before here you would see what was it, cherry Coke, Pepsi Lime, all that starts in Mexico. And then Axe, I remember in middle school I would hustle Axe bar deodorant. They only had the spray here in America, but when I would go down in middle school, I would get the bars, Axe bars. So again, if you want to look towards the future, you have to If you want to know what's gonna happen in the United States in the future, look what's happening in Mexico. That's how it goes. Like, whether we like to admit it or not, we're heavily influenced by what goes down there. And then some things don't even make it or haven't even made it. But I know they exist down there and then haven't made it up there. Made it up here. That's pretty good. Aquí le voy a refrescar el cut. El espadín, bro. Es un honor, es un honor. But yeah, anything that I would see down there, I would try to bring it back up and try to flip it, knowing that you couldn't find it here. One more, nah, se la dejo. That's a root. So I feel pretty good, ¿ya ves? That's a root. These are roots. So, and it's just gonna be a little bit of water on install. Y that's it. I'm thinking hopefully it rains a couple more times. And they're gonna be dry formed. As much as possible. Obviously, if they're crashing, and I'll water them, but we'll see. There is no irrigation hooked up or hose bib near where they go, so the plan is not to water. Y mira, trucha con las sierras. Super sharp. Good example is the chile and tahini on the chips. Every chip brand has it. Now they do, yeah. Yeah. Several things, bro. Several things. La comida en especial, bro. La comida en especial. And I've been to Tijuana. Tengo parientes y tíos en Mexicali, Tijuana. And that's where you're able to see that all the restaurateurs from their region, they come out, they make it to Tijuana. If they make it to Tijuana, make a little bit of money, then they're gonna van a pegar el salto, then they're gonna go over. Then they're gonna jump over. Como ahorita lo que están allá son los cerillos. Los cerillos, el cerillo es una botella, es una lata de cerveza y luego le ponen pues el chamoy arriba, el tajín o el miguelito y luego hasta semillas de jojolí y luego pues botana, bro. Right, and then you're starting to see here. But yeah, again, las micheladas. So yeah, that's why I like to look towards Mexico, bro, because they're gonna set the trend. Y esta está un poco deshidratada. I'm gonna have to stop at this one. This one, the heart, look. They cut the heart. Will it affect it? I don't know, but I want to watch it. Because they say if you dig all the way to the heart, and again, I'm not sure where the heart is on this, but they say if you carve out some of the heart or injure it, it's gonna pop out in response. All right, that was it for today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Tomaso 6780, Fausto Batista. Si se da la pitaya aquí was a question, I missed it. Yeah. So they say that there's a just the issue is a cross pollination, but they do it by hand. And sometimes even without it, they will get it. They will get it. So yeah, I've seen fruit on the cactus. All right, that was it. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned. If anyone's interested, I don't know, should I do a giveaway? Let me know. Should we draw Goku for a penka? Who's down? Comment down below. But yeah, that's gonna be the video. I'm gonna cut the stream. Everyone enjoy your evening. Have a good dinner. Peace.